Hey gardeners, Katie here from Kansas, and it's raining constantly, like every day, all the time. We were on a roll. It's the end of May, so it's planting time. It's grow time, and we were on a roll. We've got a lot done, but it keeps raining now, and it's cold. I think it's under 60. I'm not sure the exact temperature. So I'm stuck on the deck with winter clothes and a blanket because it's windy and I'm cold. But I thought I would give you an update on what we've done and maybe some things that we're gonna do. So let's grow. Okay, the first thing, we finally mowed and weed eated. We were the last ones in the neighborhood, but I always love it when the first mow happens and the first big weed eat because everything feels tidy. I like a tidy garden. It's okay if it gets out of hand, but I'm much happier if it's tidy and no weeds. And my son got to help mow this time. He's 12, and so he's a big helper now outside, and he earned a little bit of money, and he's already, when are we gonna do it again? When are we gonna do it again? So that's gonna be nice to have that help. We pulled so many weeds. On our property, we have a lot of grasses and vinca vines and ivies and clovers, and they grow really well, which I know I should be happy because that means we probably have good soil where they're growing, but they take over so quickly, and I swear if you turn your back for a day, a whole garden bed will be taken over. So it's a lot of work to keep up on, but a couple of weeks ago I really hit it hard and took out a ton of weeds, filled up the compost bins. I mean, it was a lot of work. But again, makes my garden look tidy, and that makes me happy. So after all that weeding, I was able to finally mulch the onion beds and the asparagus bed. We have one 4x6 asparagus raised bed dedicated to just asparagus plants, and that thing gets weedy fast. Oh my goodness. And then I have this year 2 garden beds dedicated to onions. One is most of a 5x10 bed, which I don't recommend ever making your garden beds 5 foot wide. I'm only 5'1", so I can't quite reach across it. Maybe somebody bigger, it would be fine. But we're actually going to shrink it down to 4 foot this year. It's broken right now, so it will be easy to fix once we just kind of clean up the dirt when there's nothing growing in it. But there's onions in that bed, and then there's another 4x6 bed, which also happens to be broken. But you work with what you've got. So we have onions growing in broken raised garden beds, wooden, but they're growing just fine. They don't care that the bed's broken. We'll fix it when we can fix it. We're raising 4 kids right now, and so you just do what you gotta do when you can do it. Kids are more important than the dang broken beds. So, but I was able to mulch those. They're looking much happier. There's no dirt splashing up on them because the rain causes all kinds of dirt. So we are growing, I'm probably not going to say it right, but Calibra and Expression. They're both from Johnny's Seeds. The Calibra is good for storage, and the Expression is a large, yellow, mild flavor and can store for 4 months. I think the Calibra was like 6 or 7, 8+ months, so that's why we got that one, because we want to store them for a long time through the winter. In Kansas here, we grow intermediate onions. If you look at a map, there's a big band through the center of the United States, Kansas included, where you would grow intermediate. Depends on the day length. Onions are sensitive to day length. There's also long day onions, which is above that, and there are short day onions that you can grow below that border. Border? I don't know if that's what you call it. Band? I don't know. But we're in the middle, so we grow the intermediate bulbs. My asparagus is Mary Washington, which we purchased, and I actually started them from seed in fall of 2020. So they're on their 5th year. It's only been 2 years since we've harvested them, though. You have to wait. You should, especially from seed, you should wait at least 3 years before you harvest your asparagus. And it's really hard to wait. So if you're not patient, maybe get the root crowns, because that kind of speeds things up. I wanted to grow mine from seed because I want to grow everything from seed. Okay, so we also potted up our hot peppers and dahlias. The hot peppers, we have 17 total. My husband likes to make salsa, We like to eat peppers. He likes the hot stuff. I'm kind of a wuss. I can handle a jalapeno, but that's about it. And I might even complain about that. But we are growing 6 different kinds of hot peppers, 5 of which are new to us. I will attempt to read these names off. All the new ones we got from Baker Creek, Rare Seeds. Check them out. They're awesome. They have free shipping. The artwork and the pictures that they have are beautiful. And just be warned, if you go to their website, you will want to buy everything based on how pretty they are. But we are growing orange jalapeno peppers, 4 of those. Dittel. We have 3 of those. Lesia. I'll put pictures on the screen so you can see. I am the worst pronouncer of words, also speller, so I'll butcher these all. Lesia, I think. Anyways, 1 of those. 1 fish. My husband's a fisherman, so we thought it would be kind of funny to get a pepper called fish. 3 sugar peppers. And then this one is from, I can't remember. I'll put it up there if I can't remember right now, but they're called Big Guy jalapeno peppers. They are massive jalapeno peppers. We discovered them last year. We fell in love. They're our new favorite pepper plant. They're huge. They're good for jalapeno poppers. My husband loves to make jalapeno poppers. We have 5 of those plants, and they are planted in 3 different areas because I'm kind of testing out where they grow best. The dahlias, I bought tubers last year and overwintered them, and I don't have a huge collection. I don't quite yet have the space for a huge collection, but I have Arabian Night, which is a very dark red, moody, just gorgeous flower. Water lily called creme de cassis. Marn, which is a beautiful ball orange flower. And then I have some mystery tubers that I didn't label well, so I have no idea what they are. There's 2 of those. Other ones that I had purchased were Labyrinth or Kelvin. So it could be one of those, or it could be one of the 3 I already mentioned. Plus also this year, I'm so excited. I bought a packet of dahlia seeds, and I have 4 or 5 of those plants growing back in a garden in the ground. I have no idea what those are going to look like. The cool thing about growing dahlias from seed is you don't know what you're going to get. They could look like anything. They could be gorgeous. They could be hideous. You could find a new variety that is beautiful and name it. Like, it's pretty cool. So I've never done it before, and I'm really excited to see what we get. Most likely it will be an open face, not fluffy, crazy, beautiful dahlia, but I don't care. I'm excited to see what I get. Okay, so we also have this area in our backyard called the ground garden. In one of my previous, I only have 5 videos, so whatever, but one of my previous videos I mentioned the ground garden that I labored extensively to unearth it. It's at the base of a hill in our backyard. It had been buried over time with dirt and gross and muck, and I unearthed it, and I'm quite proud of myself. And it's been about, I think it's been about 5 years. The soil has improved. It used to be just crappy hill runoff dirt, but it's getting better. So we're using it more. I'm trying something new this year. It gets a little shaded by the trees that are on our hill, but I'm trying to grow peppers and tomatoes there because the more I read, the more I research, what I'm realizing is peppers and tomatoes maybe don't like the hot, blasting sun. Like they say, it's full sun. They need full sun, which they do. But if you do the research yourself. I won't try to convince you. But I'm kind of thinking that some shade might actually be really good for them. They'll get morning sun over here, and then they can kind of just chill under the trees after that. So we planted banana peppers, and it's called Goddess. They're from Johnny's Seed. We've had them for years. We love them. We pickle them. We use them on sandwiches. They do really well with the fridge pickle, where you just, I don't know, my husband does it, but it's vinegar and spices. You put them in the fridge for, I don't know, maybe like a week, and then you have banana peppers. No special canning, fancy equipment needed. They're also good on pizzas. So when I go get pizzas, I always want banana peppers, pickled banana peppers on my pizza. We're growing bell peppers back there. We have crappy luck with bell peppers, but we keep trying. I'm not giving up. I think it's fertilizing. I think we suck at fertilizing and just need to do it more. We are growing 3 different kinds. Keystone, which are supposed to be these massive, huge peppers. We want to do spit it out. Stuffed peppers, the meal, stuffed peppers. So that's why we're growing those. Also a California Wonder, a golden, so it's a yellow. We have 2 Keystone, 2 California Wonder, a Purple Beauty, which is purple, which we thought the kids would kind of like. Also over there in the ground garden, I'm growing our determinate tomatoes, which if you don't know, there are 2 types of tomatoes, determinate or indeterminate. A determinate kind of will stay 3 to 5 feet tall and that's it. It'll just give you a whole bunch of tomatoes and then be done. An indeterminate will grow to an indeterminate height and just grow and grow and grow all season until a frost takes it out. Determinate tomatoes, because they give you so much so fast, are usually your sauce and canning type tomatoes, which we are really trying to get into. If you haven't figured this out, my husband likes to cook a lot, and we want to get into canning, so we have fresh tomatoes throughout the winter. And he makes a mean spaghetti sauce. So we have 4 different kinds of determinate tomatoes: Homestead, Manitoba, New York, and Napoli. Hope I said those right. I also planted a zucchini. It's gray zucchini. I'm going to grow up in a bamboo stick, and I have a picture of it, but it still needs mulch. It looks kind of bad. There's dirt on it. Not bad. I will plant in that area kohlrabi, and I'm not sure what else because I have a little bit of space left, but I'll figure it out. In that ground garden area, we also have a big trellis. Oh gosh, it's like 5 feet wide and maybe 12 or 13 feet long. Gosh, don't quote me on that. You'd have to ask my husband. But on the trellis, we planted out our indeterminate tomatoes, and we have 6 different kinds. Aunt Rubies, these are gonna be big green tomatoes. Never grown them before, super excited. There's 2 of those. Gilberti is a indeterminate red big tomato. We have 2 of those. I'm pretty sure it's an indeterminate, but if I remember right, it's good for paste, like sauce production as well. Delicious red, delicious. It's a big red tomato that's supposed to be like huge beefsteak. We like, we call them tomato sammies. Tomato sandwiches where you just put mayonnaise, tomato. Oh, that's pretty much it. You can put cheese. I don't, but mayonnaise and tomato. I don't know what it's best. I don't know anything's better than that. Jasper, which is a red cherry. It's like a teeny tiny little cherry, but it is prolific. It goes crazy. It grows everywhere. You'll have cherry tomatoes running out. Yeah. Tropical, which is a like orange and yellow striped. It's a cherry, but it's bigger than the Jasper. And they're really good. They split really easily, so we have to be careful with those when it rains, but they're excellent flavor. And then my favorite, I'm not sure how to say it, but I say Amana. It's a big yellow tomato, and it has the best, juiciest flavor. It is hands down my most favorite tomato I've ever grown. If you're interested in trying out different tomatoes like we are, I probably have 50 different seed packets because I have a problem. Anyways, check those out. In between the indeterminate tomatoes, I planted borage for the first time. Apparently you can eat the flowers. They have a cucumber type flavor, but they are good for bringing in good bugs. So I'm just gonna check it out. I think there's 3 back there. And then also in between the tomatoes, we have 2 cucumber plants. One Boston, which is a pickling. Again, my husband likes to do the fridge pickles. And straight 8 for just eating, slicing. You can put them in water and soak them in the fridge and have cucumber water. My girls like to eat cucumbers. They like to make cucumber salads. So we're having those. I had 2 of the straight 8s, but one of them got murdered by something. So on the other side of the trellis, I planted a whole row of pole beans. I'm obsessed with beans. Oh my gosh, we love beans. We saute them, whatever. Again, we want to get into canning those, so we planted a ton. I actually saved seed from our beans last year, so I didn't have to buy bean seeds this year. Last year, I planted the whole row in the same spot, and either a bunny or a grasshopper or some unnamed meanie head mowed down all of my beans. I came out one night, they were looking great. I was so excited. I came out the next day and they were stumps, and I was so upset. A few of them came back and grew, and I was able to get some seeds. Plus I planted them in a different area to make up for the loss of those. But so far, they're all doing well. I go out there at least twice a day. I told my husband I want to put like a trail cam on the beans so that I can see what did it. Also on the trellis there, we planted cantaloupe, Hale's Best Jumbo. First time planting cantaloupe, I might be jinxed. I started some seeds, I transplanted them out. Immediately, like the next day, they were gone. Something mowed them down. So, and I know you can direct sow them, but I was trying to get ahead of the game. So I put some more seeds in the ground on the 2 spots that I was trying to grow them. And one side sprouted and then instantly disappeared. Slugs, maybe? I'm not sure. But the other one, there's the 3 little seeds that I planted. Something's growing. So keep your fingers crossed we get some cantaloupe this year. In the ground garden next to the trellis, I also transplanted our Lysianthus. It was probably later than I should have, but stuff happens. I'm trying them out in 2 different places this year. Some in the ground garden and some in a raised bed at the edge of our yard that I call the edge bed. There are 4 different kinds. Mariachi White, Roseanne Black Pearl, those are in the ground garden, and then over in the edge bed are Champagne and Gold. I love Lysianthus. I have an obsession with flowers, and I think I can blame dahlias, but also Lysianthus sealed the deal. I mean, I'm obsessed. I want to be a flower farmer. I think I've mentioned that in one of my videos. I had also started from seed some lavender Lysianthus, but I don't know if I planted any out. So I either mislabeled, which is totally possible, or they just all didn't work and I threw them away. I'm not really sure, but we may get some purple ones and be surprised. Okay, so then I have some notes on just some miscellaneous things. I planted 3 tomatillos. Again, husband likes to make salsas, and I thought, some maybe green verde sauce, I think is what you call it. So there's 3 tomatillos over there in the raised bed where I can see. This is the first year ever trying them. Sweet peas. I love the way sweet peas look, and I've heard they smell amazing. So this is the first year that I am growing sweet peas, and they are flowering and looking gorgeous. And also at the other side of the yard, I planted some okra seeds in a pot, and I'm waiting for those to come up. My neighbor's out. Neighbor Dave! It's raining, so nobody's been out recently, so kind of forgot what he looked like. Okay, in a bed over here where I can see, I planted some carrots, and I'm trying an experiment. You are not supposed to, in all the things you read, grow from, wow, what am I trying to say? You are supposed to direct sow your carrots and not start them indoors. But every year I try, something eats them. They shrivel up in the sun. I just have had crappy luck. So this year I'm defiant. If somebody tells me I'm not supposed to do something or can't do something, I'm gonna try it. So in the little 3/4 inch soil blocks, I started carrot seeds. And once they got a little big, like I didn't wait too long because I know their root is sensitive, I planted them in my garden and they're doing just fine. So that might be a win. And if it's a win, I might do that consistently forever and ever and tell people, you can't tell me what I can't do. I also planted anemones and ranunculus, and the anemones are doing their thing. Holy cow, holy stole my heart. I will grow anemones forever. They're amazing. I've got some pictures I can show. The ranunculus back here behind me are starting to bud. I made that video on ranunculus. And then 2 trays in my garage I let dry out too much. I was devastated, but they gone. I had 4 trays and only 2 of them survived me. So make sure you keep those moist because I let them dry out and I murdered them and I feel horrible. But the ones I was able to plant they're getting ready to do their thing. Over here I have snapdragons and they are starting to, thought somebody was coming out. They're starting to do their thing. I love snapdragons. Didn't get as many this year as I would like. I had some struggles with the seeds. It's a cat. That's what that is. There's a cat trying to get out here. But it's funny because online I feel like a lot of people have had trouble with snapdragons this year. So I don't know, maybe it's a thing. Our garlic, we have 2 full beds of garlic. Well, not full. 1 full 4x6 bed and 1 2/3 of a 4x10 bed. They're hardneck garlic. and they are starting to scape, which is, it's basically the plant throwing up a seed stalk, and it does this really cool curling thing. And you're supposed to cut off the scape so that it allows the plant to redirect all of its energy back down to the bulb. And the scapes are cool because you can use them like for cooking, and we've frozen them, and I use them. I make veggie broth out of our scraps, and I put those in there, and it gives it kind of a garlicky flavor. You can also make pesto, which we have not done yet, but this year we're going to try it, so I'll let you know how that goes. But I need to get out there and cut those scapes, but it won't stop raining. So I think that's it, other than just weeds and weeds and weeds. My backyard, like I said, there's a hill up. We live at the base of a hill, and it is almost comical, the amount of weeds that grow on it. It's depressing. It's a project for another day. We are focused on what we can focus on, and the hill will be remedied someday. But until then, the vinca and the ivy and I don't even know what else is going on up there, but it all kind of creeps down the hill into the garden. It could be deer, right? We have seen deer over here. So far they've left our garden alone. So it could be worse. It could be very worse. But my heart is happy that the 2025 garden is starting to take shape and things are happening. You wait all winter for this, and you plan and you plan and you plan, and now's the time that your plans are going into action and you're starting to see some things grow, and it's my favorite time of year. So I guess that's it. I know this is rambly. I know there's probably not a lot of people watching, but that's okay. I gotta get better at this. Like I said, I'm super camera shy, not very well spoken. I'm an introvert. I'm trying to do this to grow myself and learn new skills and get out of my freaking comfort zone. Anyways, I hope you will have had a great day. And dude, just grow something. Bye.